Let's begin by laying a new foundation, shifting from external achievements to inner fulfilment. When I first set out to find a new understanding of success, I realised that a crucial shift had to happen, the very core of how we define it. We live in a world that applauds grand empires, shiny trophies, and impressive resumes. Beneath those surfaces, we often ignore the quieter truths. Our values, the impact we have on others, and the meaningful way we can serve. By turning inward and redefining success based on what feels genuinely right, rather than looks good on paper, we start to see that our worth isn't measured in currency or applause. It's reflected in integrity, purposeful actions, and the warmth we leave behind in others' lives. This eternal foundation allows us to reject hollow metrics and embrace an honest human vision of success, one that speaks to who we are at our core.
So success to me is whatever is important to you and whatever means something to you. Because it's not about money, it's not about building capitalist empires. It's the impact that you have on other people's lives and for the greater good.
Rachel's words challenge the idea that success is built on towering financial structures. She points us towards a gentler landscape where the value we create for others matters more than our holdings. Mark Convey said, "Success is about collaboration and community, working together to solve problems and seize opportunities, especially in challenging circumstances. Success isn't chasing external validation or living by others' expectations. It's about looking inward, finding peace and aligning your actions with your values." Mark reframes success as a collective and value-driven. Instead of hustling for applause, he invites us to listen to our moral compass and find peace in true alignment.
What really matters is faith, family, friends, and work that serves other people. And if you focus your attention on those areas, then you are setting yourself up for happiness, whatever happiness looks like for different people. If you make the assumption that achievement, whatever achievement is going to make you happy, generally speaking, you're probably setting yourself up for failure in terms of how you're going to feel.
Chris has achieved huge financial wealth. Yet I've released his episode on World Mental Health Day, as he shares how reaching all his financial dreams left him with a lack of purpose and fulfilment. Chris directs our energy to relationships, service, and personal meaning. He reminds us that happiness, and thus success, is deeply personal and connected to the hearts we touch.
That's why the journey is more important than the destination in anything. You gotta actually enjoy the journey, the process. If you enjoy the journey and the process, then the outcome will take care of itself, and it'll be probably bigger than you were expecting, but it doesn't really matter. If it is great, if it isn't great, it doesn't matter. It's actually the process is where the joy comes from. Selling the company and making some money, that didn't give me, the money gives me zero joy.
Giles urges us to value the process itself. Success emerges not at a single endpoint, but along every step we take. This is up there with one of the biggest lessons I've learned on a podcast, and highlighted even more so during a conversation I had with Kevin Byrne, the founder of Checkatrade. Throughout the conversation, Kevin talked passionately about the business. You could see his face light up, talking about how he grew the Checkatrade to a national empire. But here he was, when he shared with me about the day he sold the company for £90 million.
And then the buyer that finally bought Checkatrade turned up, and it was like, no, I've had enough of all of this. Anyway, the gentleman, Rupert Rawcliffe, that was helping me sell the company,
I know
he
Rupert.
said, Kev, why don't you just put to them, these items here are non-negotiable, and you want this deal done in a month, and just see what they say. So I put all these things down, bang, 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 and they just said yes, 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 yes.
Wow.
And the 40% deal was done within a month. Unbelievable.
Wow.
But on the night that we went to London to our lawyer's office and signed these papers, you'd think we'd go out and celebrate somewhere. Just got back in the car and drove home.
Really?
It was like surreal.
It's amazing.
And it's, you know, in one sense, selling the company has dramatically changed my life.
Yeah, sure.
In another sense, I wish I still had what I had.
Listening to these perspectives, I'm struck by how shifting our focus inward reveals a richer, more compassionate definition of success. Instead of chasing empty validations or scoreboard metrics, we find meaning in the quiet integrity of our actions, communities we uplift, and the kindness we extend. It's a reminder that our worth isn't tethered to market values or trophies, but rooted in our ability to bring purpose and care into the world. By establishing this new foundation, one built on values, relationships, and authentic alignment, we free ourselves from the old narratives and set the stage for a more personally fulfilling and socially resonant understanding of success. As I delved deeper, I realised that the initial spark of redefining success naturally led to more intimate questions. Without the armour of titles or wealth, what remains? Often, it's the quiet power of our closest bonds, family, friends, and loving communities, and the courage to live life on our own terms. Authenticity and meaningful connections emerge as essential ingredients in a rich and fulfilling life. When we trust ourselves enough to show up as who we really are and surround ourselves with people who appreciate that authenticity, success stops feeling like a distant finish line. Instead, it becomes a daily experience woven into the relationships we cherish and the truth we choose to honour with ourselves.